The other part of the voice is your range. So that's the up and down. That's from the low notes right up to the high notes. And this is a funny one because I have many times had comments from people, whether it's comments on the podcast or speaking on stage or something like that, about my voice and it being quite resonant. And it certainly never used to be. This is something I've developed in my voice, and it's probably not even there. It's not there sometimes. Like, I don't think it's probably there the same way just now because I didn't do this before we start speaking today. So I've broken my own rule here. But if you do good range warm up, it makes such a difference to those kind of low noises, those low sounds that you can get into your voice. And it makes you sound so much more like radio announcery. And all it is really, it's pretty simple. All you do is you start with a hum and you just go, and you just go up and down like a siren. And you do that maybe 5 or 10 times. And then you can start to do the vowels too. Just the hum on its own actually is effective. But if you want to do the vowels, you do ah. And you hear like the low bit of my voice there it's croaky.
Yeah.
It's quite croaky. But if I did that for like 5, 10 times, that croakiness would start to smooth out.
Okay.
So that hum, then maybe the vowels, if you want to add it in, can make a big difference. Yeah.
Quick question. Have you got any idea why that works?
I have not a clue.
That seems nuts.
It's probably, I mean, I think it's probably just like warming up your muscles. Like if you're going for a run, if you start running from cold, everything feels really stiff. But as soon as you're warming up, it loosens off. It's like you warm up anything and it goes from kind of really hard and stiff to more flexible. And I think vocal cords are they muscles? They might be muscles. I'm not even sure. But they work in the same kind of way, as in they start off stiff and they warm up.
Okay.
So I think it's probably just that, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay.
And the vibrations, obviously, like the really low noises are your vocal cords vibrating in a low frequency, like slowly. So maybe they need more flexibility to be able to vibrate slowly, potentially, because it's kind of I don't know, you're not putting as much force through them to vibrate them slowly, I guess. Don't know, theorizing.
Yeah. Makes sense to me. I'll buy it.
And the final one there is, I got taught this at an acting class once, actually. It's apparently a way that choirs can sometimes warm up. Singers definitely use it quite often, but it's just a little song that actually sends you up and down the registers. And I'll probably forget the words here, but it goes, you can look them up. We'll put a link again in the description, but it was along the lines of, Rose, 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 will I ever see thee wed? I marry that thou pass when thou art dead. That's dead, nice, macabre. But it's more about you can put any words to it, and it's more about the range. That puts you through quite a bit of range, and you can start at lower if you want to get the lower register too. But you do that 5 or 10 times, and actually that's you moving up and down. Something really easy to do, and yeah, it's that makes a big difference too. So I do that quite often instead of the hums.
Okay. What one do you think works best for you?
I mean, the hum up and down is probably more effective, quicker, because it's like straight into it, up and down, all full range. And it's just if I've got a bit of time and I'm feeling singy, might break out a wee song.
Nice.
So the second one, the enunciation, this is one that I've definitely not mastered yet, but it's worth mentioning because it was something that I got at another speaking coaching session that I went to this was the one delivered by the opera singer. And this was one that she gave me really personalized feedback around, and I try to think about quite a lot. And it was specifically around what you mentioned, which was words mashing together and feeling like you're not making the greatest impact with your voice because either you're speaking a bit too fast or you're not making every word clear. You're not giving people time to process stuff as you're delivering it. So it's around, I'm trying to think how to describe this. It's around you thinking about the vowels and enunciating the vowels, like pushing on the vowels when you're speaking. I just did it there actually without thinking, pushing on the vowels, like the oo is the vowel in there. So pushing on the vowels. And if you start to think about it, it took me a while to get my head around it, but I do a bit more now. When you speak fast and your voice, your words are kind of like tumbling out your mouth like this, mostly it's consonants because they're the ones that they're the ones that you kind of cut off. I think I'm no expert in this, but the way I've kind of theorized it in my own mind is they're the ones that you kind of, that separate the words, but the ones that fill up the words are the vowels. Because the vowels, they're the ones that kind of fill up the space and extend the words and give you more space in everything that you're talking about. And you can exaggerate it like this so that you can really hear the vowels. And that sounds silly, but,
But it
you can
works.
get a middle
Yeah.
ground that you're not enunciating them quite as much, but you're slowing down your words and you're really thinking about one or two of the vowels in each word. And you run out of breath because you forget to breathe halfway through it. And of course, I'm exaggerating it all just now to try and emphasize, but it is something that I think about a lot now, and I try and do more. And when I feel myself speeding up and speaking a bit too quickly, I do try and concentrate on that a little bit more, try and extend out the. Totally. As soon as you start speaking about this, you get really conscious about how you're speaking. But it does. It makes a difference. Does that? So I've tried to explain something explained to me by an expert voice person in the past. Did that? What do you think?
I think it makes sense, and I can hear the difference when you're doing it, but I guess I actually just need to do it.
Try it. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. Exactly. Yeah. I think it's just about trying to, maybe just reading out a page of a book or a script or something and seeing if it kind of makes sense to you. So yeah, we're thinking about that. That's definitely an enunciation thing that I think helps with Scottish people in particular, because we do tend to mash our words together
Yeah.
pretty well.